Hi guys, and welcome to another quick technical Wednesday rundown here on the Kiki and Manny Photography blog. Today I want to show you guys a quick technique how to integrate Dropbox into your Lightroom, how to add your images into Dropbox via Lightroom, and how to share stuff online with your clients or retouchers or whoever you might want to share stuff with. So let's get started. So what you will have to do is go down to your menu, select your Safari browser, hit that, and in here type this URL www.dropbox.com. You will be linked to this website. Down here select your operating system and start downloading. Now what Dropbox does, it installs the application onto your computer, which installs a folder in your documents folder, plus it installs a folder online on an online server. And you are able now to integrate Dropbox into your Lightroom and via Lightroom edit photos, upload or move those pictures or images into that folder which is created on your computer, plus it automatically syncs with the folder that is online, and you are able to send a quick link or just a URL to your client after shooting. This might sound super confusing now, so just keep on watching the tutorial and I will show you everything how to integrate it and how to work with Dropbox. And the best part about Dropbox is that if you have an iOS device like an iPhone or iPad, you are able to download a free application from the App Store, install it onto your iOS device and directly enter your account, and you have everything synced with your iOS devices. So wherever you go, you always have a mobile server with you. And now the best part about Dropbox is that you have about 2 gigabytes of free data space, and you can upgrade that to 8 gigabyte, and that's all for free. So let's get started, download it, and I'll show you quickly how I installed it, and I'll show you how to work with it in Lightroom. So I started my download and I'm going to minimize my Dropbox Safari browser, and on my desktop I can already see the DMG, the installer file. So I'm going to double click on this and install the Dropbox into my applications. So on the Mac, just drag it into there and install. Windows, also just go through the installer program and it will take you through everything. Now in the Dropbox setup, there's an advanced button somewhere while you're installing. Select the advanced if you know how to work with that, and you're able to change the location of your folder yourself. So if you want to change the location to say your desktop or wherever, you are welcome to do that. If you don't know how to work with that, then just go with the standard mode. Now I did the standard mode as well, and my folder was located in my documents under Manfred Werner, and I have this box called Dropbox, or the folder here, which is right in here. Plus Dropbox also created a folder on the left hand side, just like in Shortcut, so I can just find stuff quicker. Okay, so I clicked on it already and I'm already in Dropbox. Now you directly see you will have most probably different folders in here. You can sort them. Just leave the public folder on its own. Don't move that folder into somewhere else, because otherwise it won't work so nicely with the public sharing link anymore, but more on that later. Okay, so I've got these 4 folders and I quickly just want to sign in with my Dropbox online. So you most probably have to do the same as well. That's my second email. Okay, password. Remember me, that's also always good to have that. Okay, now you're pretty much signing in into the online folder that is on the online server, and it will look pretty much the same like you have the folder you have on your computer. Just have a look quickly here how the folder looks. If you see all on the folders these small arrows or ticks, that means that they have already synced with your online folder. So as you guys can see now, this is my folder on the computer and this is the folder online in Dropbox. Alright, just going to move this down. So just to show you guys easier, we've got these 4 folders which are online now and 4 folders over here. So if I'm going to change something in my folder on the computer, it will directly sync and change in my folder online. So I'm going to hit here plus new folder on my folder in my computer, which says syncing. Okay, then I'm going to just rename that to say Kiki tutorial. Alright, and hit enter, and now you directly see it's syncing and nothing is happening in Dropbox online. Yes, because I have to refresh. Once I've refreshed, then you will see the folder underneath of it. And this means you've just created a folder on your computer, it's synced, and now it's also online. So once you've just have a look here, there it is, Kiki tutorial, and we've created another folder online, plus the folders in our Dropbox on the computer. So what I want to do now is take this folder and integrate it into Lightroom, and then via Lightroom I can edit, or I'm able to edit stuff, move it into this folder, and this folder will sync automatically with this folder online, and you then able to view your stuff in just this folder or move it to the public folder and share your stuff. So let's integrate this folder now into Lightroom and do at least 5 photos, put 5 photos into here and let them sync with the online folder. If you create another session or a new session, just always create a new folder that will sync automatically, or put your folders into other folders and make a subfolder. A subfolder is also able in Lightroom. So if you want to just make your main folder and rename it like I did, client area, your work, or your portfolio, or the public folder. I just have these 4 folders and mostly put my stuff in here in subfolders. So let's get started. I'm going to open Lightroom quickly, and in Lightroom I have 5 photos that I found on my computer, and those I want to add those to that specific folder that we just created on the computer, and then sync that up to the online folder. Okay, so I got my folder here, 5 random photos, selected those. Okay, and what you will have to do now to integrate that folder that is on your computer into Lightroom, you will have to go to Public Service. Open Public Service, and under Hard Drive, select Hard Drive and go to Setup. Click Setup and a new window will pop up. Now this setup will be everything about just the Dropbox that you have, the Dropbox folder that you have on your computer. So we're going to start setting up the Dropbox folder. Okay, first thing, Publish Service, we want to rename that to Dropbox. Okay, rename that to Dropbox and minimize that again. Then export location. This is now very important. You have to select the location of that folder. If you don't select the right location, it won't work at all. So export to desktop, no. We want to say specific folder, and in specific folder here it says where it almost is. Yes, I have to still choose that. So on a Mac you're able to just select it on here, then you're already in Dropbox, and then you just have to select the folder where you want to move the stuff in. I'm going to select Kiki Tutorial now, then say choose, and you're done. You've got your folder location done. Then if you want to, in that, say for instance, like I just said before, if you have work or client area or portfolio, you can, if you want to, create a subfolder. Just put a name and it will be in a subfolder in that folder. For this tutorial now, I don't want a subfolder, so I'm just going to tick that off. Minimize that. File naming. Okay, if you want to have a file naming, you can tick that and again choose from different file names, or custom name, date and file sequence, or edit your own. For my case, I don't want one, so I'm not going to tick that again. I don't want file naming. Tick the box off and minimize that. Then file settings. This is very important for South Africa, I think, because we've got we all limited to internet. So if you want to have like a very high quality image and you have a good internet line, then you can change this up to way higher standards to say 95% or 90%, whatever, or if even 100%, and format JPEG. You can also choose from different formats. I'm going to use JPEG now. Color space RGB, yes. And if you want to limit your file sizes, like I want, for instance, want to limit my file size to 1 megabyte, then I'm going to say 1000 kilobytes, which should be then 1 megabyte. Plus, if you say you're a photographer who does video filming and adds videos to his stuff, you can include videos via this place here. But I don't want to do including videos now, so I'm going to tick that box off and minimize that again. Then image sizing. Mostly for my web stuff, I do resize some stuff, so I'm going to say resize to fit weight and height if you want to. I'm just going to say to long edge and say 600 pixels. That works for me. About 72 dpi. That's okay. Okay, now I had just hit OK. That happens sometimes if you double click too quick. So what I'm going to do again, just go in here and say edit settings again. You can also do that afterwards if you did a mistake. Go edit settings, and I'm still back here in that folder. So we're going to minimize image sizing again and output sharpening. Okay, yeah, I always want to put sharpening on my stuff, so I'm going to say sharpen, full screen and standard. That's good for me. Minimize that. Metadata, yeah, I'm just going to share stuff with a client who's not interested in metadata, so I'm going to minimize my embedded metadata. Minimize that. and watermark. That's very important for me to always put watermark on stuff that I'm just sharing online quickly for free. And so if you want to put a watermark on there, tick that, and you just have to select your watermark. Like I'm just going to select mine. If you don't have one, just go to edit watermark. A new window will pop up and you're able to type in stuff here or choose a picture here at the top, add it, space it, whatever you want to do. Just hit save when you're done and you created your own new custom made watermark. So I'm going to select mine, which is Manny Photography, and then now I'm done. I'm just going to hit save and I'm all done. And this is all I have to do to integrate this whole folder into my Lightroom. So now I'm going to take these photos and I want to add them to the folder. Say you have just raws, then you can also select the photo, do some pre-editing or post-production on your image, and afterwards when you're done, now like I'm done with mine already, did enough post-production, so I'm going to move all of these photos just with dragging and dropping them all onto that folder when the blue line appears. So I'm going to drop that, and they're all going to be synced into that folder now. Now if I'm going to select that folder, you'll directly see these photos are in here. Normally there should be a small 5 or something, so just show you guys, okay, the photos are in there, does not appear now. Anyways, these 5 folders are in there, photos. And now they are still not integrated into that folder because you still have to do one last step and just tip this thing here at the bottom saying publish, the button. So hit publish. And directly at the top you'll notice updating Kiki tutorial. This means that you're updating the folder with these photos. Published photos, there you see it, new photos to publish. These photos are still in the editing mode, and what I'm going to do now quickly, I'm going to switch to the folder that we created, and directly you see that we've got this blue wheel here. Double click onto the folder and you see this has a tick, it's green already, and the blue wheel and a blue wheel. Oh, this didn't even upload yet, or it crashed. So this directly notifies you if something went wrong. Now it's there and everything went right. Okay, so this means we have these 5 photos in our folder now, in our folder on the computer, right? But did this also really sync with the folder online? I'm gonna go to Safari browser and have a look again, refresh quickly, and then I'm going to open Kiki tutorial folder, and in this folder there should be all the files. So I'm going to check now, Kiki tutorial, click on that, and it's working, and I hope it's working. Yes, all photos were integrated. You can see the sizes, like when I imported them and everything, and now you're able to share these photos by clicking on them and say invite to folder, or you're able to share that with other people. If I double click on that image now, you will also directly notice that it gets nice and big with a watermark. It has the size that we wanted and it looks quite okay. It's not the sharpest image, but it looks okay and it's doing its usage. Okay, going back again, and now I'm pretty much going back to the folder online into our Kiki folder. Now I just want to go back to the main Dropbox folder. I'm going to click on main Dropbox folder, and you're now in the main Dropbox folder again. So this is the same folder like you have on your computer, right? So now in this folder you are still able to select the folder and say share to folder or invite to folder. This means you are inviting someone who's also using Dropbox, invite them to this folder to see your stuff. Say for instance you have a retoucher or you work for a magazine or something and they want to have some images, so they have Dropbox, then you guys can just share this folder and both of you can access all images or see the stuff and directly download it. If you click on here, it says download file, rename, copy, yada yada, all of that. So what I also wanted to show you is go back to Dropbox again, your main folder, and the public folder is the folder where you have to move the other folders into public, and then you're able to go click right click and get a public copy link, the public URL, and then you're able to send that to a client who's not using Dropbox. So let's do that quickly. I'm going to move Kiki into public folder. Say, are you sure you want to move Kiki into public folder? Yes, move one folder into public. Okay, now it syncs and automatically syncs on your computer at home. Directly you notice public, it changed into here. I'm going to go back online, and in the public folder online you are now able to right click on here and say copy URL. You don't see that link now. I don't know why it's not working on my Dropbox, but I opened another window here just to show you guys. If you're able, or you go online, or even in your folder on your computer, you go to Dropbox and say copy public link. This means that you're copying a link, and that link you can share that on Twitter, Facebook, whatever, with all your people you want to share it. Or while you're in the folder online, you can also hit right click and say copy public link, and then you've got it, and you can share it with someone per email with a new client that does not have or is not an existing member of Dropbox, and they can directly access your folder and view all your images. So I'm going to go back to Dropbox. I just wanted to show you guys quickly as well. In here, if I go to right click Dropbox, it does not appear on my Dropbox. I don't know why. Maybe I integrated something that does not work. I have to reinstall it or something. So this is one technique how to integrate all of this into your Lightroom. If you want to create a new folder in here, that means maybe something like client area or your work or your moving portfolio, and you're able to integrate those folders again into the hard drive system down here, and then you just go to your folders, select your photos from wherever, move them into that new folder that you just created again, and say double click on the new folder, say publish down here. It will automatically add them to the folder on your computer and sync automatically online with the online folder. If you're doing something for a client, just remember, move the folder from normal folder into the public space, then copy the URL or go right click, copy that, and send the URL to your client. So this is a whole technique how to integrate the Dropbox into your Lightroom. I hope you guys enjoyed the tutorial, and if you do have some questions, just put them down low in the Facebook comment box. Thanks for watching. My name is Manny, and hope to see you on the next Technical Wednesday rundown here on the Kiki blog. Thank you. Bye bye guys.